Hi, welcome to my new podcast. Actually, it is my first and my only podcast so far. I don't know if I'll ever have another. I am calling it Voidbound Museum. That is Voidbound Museum, as in a museum bound for the void. Alright, before I begin to introduce what I'm trying to do here, I just want to acknowledge my inspirations. First, I wish to acknowledge the F+. They are a collaborative podcast who they read selections from internet forums, largely focused on very niche subcultures or sort of strange individuals who have websites. And they're very jokey, very lighthearted. You should definitely go have a listen. They are great. In fact, stop my podcast right now. Do not listen any further to me. Listen to them first. And then go ahead and judge me. Go ahead and compare me. My second inspiration is Lou Fernandez of Lou Reads the Internet for You. He has... He tends to deal at times with more serious and sometimes more disturbing or disgusting topics than the F+, but he does it all with this perfect professional radio voice. Just no matter what he's reading, it could be anything from fantasies of people who want to catch HIV to racist screeds, and he just, largely without a break, he'll just go through it with this smooth, perfect voice, and it just makes it all the more interesting, funny, disturbing, whatever it is, it highlights what it is. So I would also go listen to him instead. I don't even know why you're listening to me. So I'm much more of an amateur than either of these particular outfits, and I won't be doing much editing at all. I will be including my own commentary and reacting much the way I say I will be, but I've already recorded a number of these things, so I know that I include my own comments, I react, so it's a bit more like the F+ in that way, but it's also a solo operation, which makes that's a bit more like what Lou does. However, I want to carve out my own little area here. So I will be addressing mostly topics that the other two have not addressed, and maybe that they don't want to address because it just doesn't fit within the vision of what they're trying to do. So, and on occasion we will overlap, I'm certain of this, but hopefully not too much. Now, the name of the podcast, Voidbound Museum, yeah, it sounds a little pretentious, doesn't it? But here's the reason I have decided to call it that. The void part, void, is pretty much anytime you post something on the internet, you're posting it into the void. You're screaming into the void, hoping that you're not going to be condemned. I like to think of it as a museum, because I want to maintain at least some distance. I don't want, for example, to provoke harassment of these people or anything of that nature. I mean, that's definitely out of my realm of operation here, so do not do that. And I mean, I can't stop you, but I just would say that that's not what I want to happen. I mean, some of these people may be ridiculous, and some of them have already received a lot of internet harassment. I'm thinking particularly of the women who are married to Severus Snape, who you'll be hearing about. But some haven't received any attention at all. So, I want to maintain a little bit of distance, but I will be making my own comments, which means I will occasionally be making judgments. And some of the people that I address here will, in fact, you will see, be deserving of judgment or even condemnation. Others, no. Others are just eccentric or, have unusual beliefs. So I'll try my best to reserve judgment just until I can't anymore. And I will also try my best to pick entertaining or interesting topics. They're not necessarily going to be funny, but hopefully they will be worthy of discussion, and you will have fun listening to them, or at least come away a little bit more educated about the backwaters of the internet. So, thank you for listening to this introduction, and I hope you have fun.